Well, welcome back everybody out to Crosby High School, home of the Cougars. They lead it 36-0 here as we're set to begin the third quarter. Lou, what are your keys to the second half, buddy?
Well, Kingwood Park's going to be fighting an uphill battle, I think. Not only are they down 36-0, but in 3 of Crosby's 5 games this year, they've given up 0 points in the third quarter. And that doesn't bode well for Kingwood Park. You know, that's a big, big thing right there. And then you think about what they've been able to do. You know, offensively, Hurd has been the offense. You know, and they've got to find some offense from somebody else here in the second half if they're going to put anything on the board, I think.
And especially with Raina out, you got to find somebody else that can catch the ball. That's your number one target. Who else are you going to throw to?
C.J. Benson and Zach Mills, primary targets probably the second half when they do throw. You know, but Crosby looks like they're on pace to win their 24th game out of their last 26 regular season games.
Here's the opening kickoff. That's an impressive stat across the 25, and he's brought down immediately as he gets across the 27-yard line, where the Cougars will start, or excuse me, the Panthers will start 1st and 10.
You know, this first drive is going to tell us a lot. You know, if they can put anything together, because you talked about it earlier, the way Crosby, they look like Dayton, you know, or Dayton looks like Crosby, whichever way you want to phrase it. But, you know, they're not worried about time of possession. They just march down the field and put points on the board and dare you to match them. So, and I had made a note earlier that Crosby gives up yards, but they don't give up points.
That's exactly what it seems like they've been doing. They've given up some decent drives, but then they've kind of stalled out. And there's a give right off the bat up the middle to Hurd. Hurd will get a yard, but it seems like the Cougars score early, score often, and score quickly.
Well, we saw their longest drive was that last one of the first half that barely made it to 2 minutes or 3 minutes.
So 2nd down and 9 for the Cougars. Here's the snap. Another give. Or Purcell's going to fake this one and quick throw across the left side. He's got the first down across the 40, the 45, and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Goes number 49, Garrett Sweeney. And that'll be good for a Panther first down. So 1st down and 10 for the Panthers. Ball be at the 41. Here, snap down. Purcell's going to fake it. Look downfield. Has pressure. Able to escape it. He's going to try to get this one off real quick. And it's intercepted by the Panthers. Or excuse me, by the Cougars. Number 23, Landry Porter on the play. And Purcell just way overthrew his receiver, Sweeney. And Porter made a nice play on that one.
Oh, that's what you didn't want to happen.
You saw some momentum starting to build, and then boom, pick, drive gone. Crosby has the ball, and here comes that explosive offense, once again led by number 12, Tristan Cotton, the senior quarterback, 5'9", 163. Not a very big guy, but we know he can sling that ball downfield. And here's the snap. This one going to go up the middle to McGee. McGee across the 45. And he'll gain 6 on that one. Second down and 4 for the Cougars. They keep that offense rolling. Here's the snap. Another give to McGee. McGee once again across the 45. Ball's fumbled but recovered. And Lou, we talked about that all day long. Turnovers have been a bit of a blunder for the Cougars. Almost put another one on the ground there.
Well, they put it there, but whoever number 52 is on the roster covered it up quickly before Kingwood Park had a shot.
Danny Guayardo on the recovery for the Cougars. Here's a snap down. Looking downfield and off the fingertips of Emmanuel Netherly. And a nice, it'll bring up 4th down. We'll see if the Cougars line up to punt it, but no sign of the punt team yet. And it looks like an interesting call. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Yeah, 4th and 4 is manageable for the way their offense is rolling tonight.
And here's a snap. Quick throw to the left side. And he's going to get the first down. Pass complete. Again to number 16, Netherly. They just ran that quick screen route, and Netherly turned on the Jets and got up the field. And they're into Panther territory. 1st and 10, 47-yard line is where the spot is. Shotgun formation. Here's the snap. It's not a good one on the ground. Flags are going to fly. And he had pressure up the middle. They're going to rule it an incomplete pass. Intended for number 7, Travian Edwards. We'll have to check the flag. It's thrown right around the line of scrimmage. Usually in either that offside or illegal formation area for both sides of the ball. Referee's going to discuss.
Well, that completion to Netherly, after throwing 9 complete, he threw that incomplete one and then turned around and started a new streak. So 9 out of his last 10, or 10 out of his last 11, he's completed. That's
an impressive streak right there for the senior quarterback. Call go illegal formation against the Cougars. That'll move the ball 5 yards back and keep it at first down.
And we talked about penalties being one thing that could conceivably slow this offense down a little bit.
And you're exactly right. It's slowed them down a couple times, but they've been able to manage them and pick back up. And we're going to have another timeout, Crosby. We're going to take a quick break here on TexanLive.com. You're listening to Forrest Cox and Lou Rush.
Allspa's is so much more than Ace Hardware. Sure, we have nuts and bolts, lawn and garden, faucets and fixtures, lights and locks, even outdoor cooking. But Allspa's is also a boutique, featuring the finest names in jewelry and home accessories. But most importantly, Allspa's is a friendly, helpful family of people who take pride in their products and services. Allspa's is Ace Hardware, and so much more.
And welcome back out to Crosby High School. Cougars lead at 36-0 over the Panthers. 9:53 remaining here in the third quarter. Cougars 1st and 15. Ball at their own 48-yard line. No shy of offense tonight for the Cougars despite the last penalty. Here's a snap down. Quick pass on the slant route. Intended once again for Netherly. So that'll bring up second down. 9:50 remaining here in the third quarter. Ball at the 47. And here's a snap. This one going to go up the middle to McGee. McGee across the 50, stumbling forward. Gained second effort. Fought for an extra 5 yards on that one. And a 10-yard gain for McGee. And, you know, we talked about Hurd being able to move the pile. How about McGee pushing the pile on that one?
Yeah, McGee, we talked about it in the first half. He's just a battering ram. You know, totally different from Williams. Williams' nickname, by the way, is the Squirrel. And we saw how he got away, you know, juking and dodging.
And this one going to be intended for Neverly. They tried the quick pass on the out or on the corner route right there. Falls incomplete. Third down, but exactly. Of course, Williams left the game earlier with an apparent ankle injury. No updates yet heard. I see him over there on the sideline on crutches, unfortunately. Hopefully it's nothing too devastating, as we know he's a big cog to this Cougar offense. It'll be 4th down and 7. Here's the snap. Cotton going to look downfield. He has pressure up the middle, and he's going to run, but a flag thrown down. Maybe in the area of holding against the Cougars. And if this is holding, this is even a bigger call right here, Lou. It's going to be a turnover on downs either way, and it is going to be holding. Penalty be declined, and a nice stop and stand right there by the K Park defense.
Yeah, the Panthers needed that one, that's for sure. You noticed we were talking about the completions, and then suddenly Cotton's passes started to get a little high. He missed all 3 of them. All high. And you're talking about a receiver that's 6'4" in Netherly, and you're throwing high.
And Netherly, he tried to go up and get all those, but, you know, they were a good foot or two over his head. Here's the snap. Give going to be up the middle to Hurd. Hurd's going to fight forward. Looked once again like he was bottled up in the backfield, but it's going to get a gain of 4 on that one. Hurd keeps those feet moving, does a fantastic job of that. Brown on the stop for the Cougars. Second down. They're going to try to hurry up that offense. Here's the snap. Another give up the middle to Hurd. And this time Hurd met at the line of scrimmage for no gain. That'll bring up third down.
Yeah, I don't know if they really want to be in this hurry up, or it's, you know, it's hard either way. You either run the clock or you hurry up. But if you keep giving the ball back,
And
he's got Mills.
And he's got Mills. Mills across the 40, and finally first out of bounds at the 38-yard line. And a nice curl route right there from Mills. Just turned around, the ball was right there in his face, and able to catch the ball and get upfield for a couple more. And a first down for the Panthers. They're inside Cougar territory. You hadn't heard that a lot tonight.
I think it might be the third time. But that, you mentioned, that was a perfectly timed ball and a perfectly timed route.
So here's the snap. This one's going to go to the right side to Hurd. And Hurd's hit in the backfield. It took 2 guys to bring him down, but he's finally forced out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Loss of 2. He dodged the initial contact, but then Pickney, the junior cornerback, able to come over and make that tackle. It'll be second and long now. Second and 11 for the Panthers of Kingwood Park.
I'd like to see him try that seam route again we saw in the first half.
And play action pass. Purcell's going to keep this one. Looks like they were going to that. He's going to spin, and he'll be brought down to the 30-yard line. It'll be third down and 3. But you're exactly right. And you know, Lou, we talked about this earlier. When you get that play, when you get that running offense going, you get teams to bite on that play action pass. Unfortunately, nobody opened downfield, but Purcell had a nice seam to run.
Yeah, he had a backside opened up well.
So third down, Purcell in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Here's the snap. Give up the middle to Hurd, and he may have gotten a yard, if any, on that one. And they're going to stop him for no gain, actually. It'll be 4th down and 3. Check that, 4th down and 2. It is going to be a gain of a yard, and the Kingwood Park Panthers are going to have no choice but to go for it. You hear that Crosby Cougar crowd coming alive on the other side, fighting for that team to get another stop here on 4th down. And here's the snap. Purcell going to look downfield. He has Mills open on the other side. First down, Kingwood Park. First down and 10 from 20. But Lou, here's the question. Is it too late for the Kingwood Park Panthers?
Well, it'll be, assuming they score, it'll be up to their defense to make another stop.
You got to have them down 36-0 with 6:35 remaining here in the third quarter. Purcell waiting on the signs from the sidelines. And here's the snap, fake to Hurd. Purcell to the left side, across the 20 and down at the 17-yard line. Gain of 3 on that one. Clock continues to wind here in the third quarter. Mendez on the stop once again for the Cougars.
Well, they put together a nice little drive at the moment, started their own 42, and here we are at the Crosby 17.
I think this is the deepest we've seen them get into Crosby territory tonight. And here's the snap. Hurd's going to take the carry to the right side, and fought forward for a gain of a yard, but was stopped in the backfield. But forward progress will give him a gain of 2. And it'd be third down and 5. So Purcell once again the shotgun. 2 receivers to each side. Here's the snap. Purcell's going to keep this one across the 10, across the 5, and he's stopped just short of the goal line. down to the 2-yard line, and another fantastic run by Purcell. Shows he's not afraid to take off and run at all.
Nope. He took a big hit there, too, right at the goal line. So first and goal at the 1.
He was fighting to try to get in there. Under 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. They're going to line up in goal line formation with 3 backs. Here's the snap. Give up the middle to Hurd. And Hurd once again stopped just short. Gain of maybe half a yard. It'll be second and goal. But look, you know as good as I do, what else can you do other than give the ball to Hurd in this situation? I mean, that's what you do. That's what you do if you're Kingwood Park.
Well,
and Hurd's going to try this one again, and he's met in the backfield. This time he'll lose a yard, and it'll be third down now. So exactly, Lou, what can you do?
Well, they don't have a lot of options. You know, they run the same formation just about every play. Right now they've got some of the big guys in to lead the way in blocking, but Hurd's too far behind him.
And this one going to be a quick throw to Mills, and it's dropped. Mills was wide open on the out route, and it'll be fourth down. And once again tonight, that's a play you wanted.
Yeah, they got exactly what they wanted right there, and perfect timing.
Just in and out of the hands of Zach Mills. But it'll be fourth down now. Here, ball spotted at the 2-yard line.
You got Cole George in the slot position now.
In motion is George. Purcell's going to keep it up the middle. And touchdown Panthers. They get it on second effort by Zach Purcell. And they are finally on the scoreboard tonight here with 3:56 remaining in the third quarter.
Well, they certainly needed that one. That was a drive that started at their own 42, so they went 58 yards.
And it was a good drive, but now, Lou, you know as good as I do, that means defense, defense, defense. Can you start getting stops? It's getting awful late in this ball game. Snap down, kick up, and PAT good. It's getting awful late in this ball game. Your defense has got to pull off a couple stops or even force turnovers like they have earlier in this game.
Well, not just that, but, you know, that was a 13-play, 5-minute drive. They've got to get quicker up and down the field once they do stop Crosby if they're going to get back in. Because like you said, 3:56 to play in the third, you know, and so a quarter and a little bit left doesn't leave them a lot of room for error because, as you know, limited possessions every quarter.
And you're exactly right. So Kingwood Park will be set to kick it away. Into return for the Panthers, Edwards and Netherly, 2 junior wideouts. And you know, Lou, I was kind of just thumbing up and down this roster. This is kind of a young Crosby Cougar team. I know they've got a senior quarterback and receiver, but they've got a lot of young playmakers as well. Future definitely bright if you're Crosby.
Oh yeah, and when I talked to Coach Reardon, he was talking about this team being, even though they're young, being even better than last season's team. And last season went 13-2, and all the way to the state semis.
Well, they will definitely expect a bunch of big things out of the Cougars this year. Week 6 now for high school sports and high school football. And here's the kickoff. It's a pooch kick. We'll wave for a fair catch at the 25-yard line. Hill. And you know, Lou, I'm looking at this too. The 2 guys you throw to often, Hill and Netherly, are returning. Your 2 huge wideouts. Now, unfortunately, you lose your quarterback, but I'm sure they've got somebody else in the rankings.
Well, we were talking to Herman Eagleton before the game, who's big in Crosby sports, and he was telling us that Netherly is a natural quarterback, and here he's going to wind up being an all-district receiver.
And there's no doubt about that. Here's the snap. Give to McGee across the right side. McGee across the 20. And brought down at the 24-yard line. No gain on that one. Bring up second down. And you're exactly right. He is going to be an all-district receiver. He's got talent. He's got speed. He's made catches. He makes plays. And then you know, Williams is a sophomore too. Hopefully his injury isn't too severe after it's happened tonight. Here's a snap down. Looking downfield is Cotton, and Cotton across the field to Emmanuel. Emmanuel across the 30, across the 35, and a nice reception by Emmanuel Netherly. Be good for a Cougar first down, be first and 10 from the 36-yard line. But look forward to covering more Crosby games and more Kingwood Park games here in the near future on Texan Live.
It looks like Crosby is trying to get a score here before the end of the quarter, the way their plays are going.
And here's a snap. Cotton looking downfield. Gonna look deep, and actually gonna check this one off. Complete to number 7 across the 45, across the 50, and in.
That's Edwards again.
Edwards actually out of bounds at the 49-yard line. And the ball seems like it's either been going to Edwards, Hill, or Netherly. And even and again to Hudson. Hudson's the only one you're losing. Here's a snap down, give to McGee. And McGee met right away at the line of scrimmage. No gain, or check that, gain of a yard. It'll be second down and 9.
I think, what is McGee, a soft? Oh, he's a senior.
So you lose McGee, but you have Williams for another 2 years. You know, you have Edwards for another year, and you have Hill and Netherly for another year.
And you have Grace for another year. He's your backfield.
That's an unbelievable offense that you're getting back. And I'm going to do a quick count right here.
Cougars have second down at the 50-yard line. 2 minutes and 53 seconds.
You got almost 25 players returning, which could fill both sides of the ball easily for the Cougars. And I'm sure you got a lot of up-and-coming talent. Here's the snap. Cotton going to look downfield. This pass complete to number 4, Brooks. And Brooks gets into Panther territory. Ball down at the 45-yard line, where the Cougars will have it first down and 10. And we're going to take a quick break here on Texan Live as we got a timeout on the field.
If you want a real authentic Texas barbecue, you need to come to Tin Roof. We've been doing barbecue for 12 years, and we're just a little mom and pop barbecue joint. Everything is cooked fresh here. We have brisket, sausage, chicken that's cooked fresh every day, ribs cooked fresh every day. We have the world's best turkey, and then we do like 15 side dishes, and the side dishes are all from scratch. On Friday and Saturday night, we have live music. We'll have a band playing outside. So if you get a chance, come by and see me.
And welcome back out to Crosby High School. It'll be 3rd and 4 for the Cougars. Here's a snap down. Cotton going to keep it up the middle, across the 40, and down at the 38-yard line. Looks like he got the first down with no problem. A nice run once again by Tristan Cotton.
Another Crosby Cougar first down. Let's talk about number 50, Daniel Wilkinson.
Clock
Needed 4, picked up 8.
That's exactly what you do, what you keep doing if you're the Cougars. That's been kind of the story all night. You needed this and you got that. And they're going to get the right tackle for false start as he kind of just stood up quickly on that play. And 2:10 remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and you couldn't miss. That was Micah Edwards. He's 6'2", 273. Hard to miss him when he does that.
And, you know, we've been talking about, despite the fact of the false start penalty, we've been talking about the receiving core and the quarterbacks and the running back. But, you know, the Cougar O-line is no slouch itself. They've got some big old boys on that end. And here's the snap down. Cotton looking down the field. He's going to heave this one deep. And caught at the 10, the 5, the touchdown. Netherly went up and got that ball in the fade route as you hear the train horn going off here at Crosby High School. Emmanuel Netherly with his 3rd touchdown of the night.
Yeah, did you notice the adjustment he made on that ball when he saw it was hanging up in the air, and he cut inside the defender to get that ball and gone.
Fantastic play by Netherly.
Number 12, Cotton, the hold for number 47.
Here's the snap down for the PAT, the kick up, and good. So with 1:49 remaining here in the third quarter, the Crosby Cougars lead at 43-7 over K Park Panthers.
All Spas is so much more than Ace Hardware. Sure, we have nuts and bolts, lawn and garden, faucets and fixtures, lights and locks, even outdoor cooking. But All Spas is also a boutique featuring the finest names in jewelry and home accessories. But most importantly, All Spas is a friendly, helpful family of people who take pride in their products and services. All Spas is Ace Hardware, and so much more.
And welcome back out to Crosby High School. You're listening to Forrest Cox and Lou Rush here on Texan Live. Minute 49 remaining here in the third quarter. Cougars now lead at 43-7. An impressive drive once again as you saw the Cougars take a shot deep in the end zone that time, and a fine play by Netherly.
Well, we talked about it about midway through this drive, how it looked like they were going for a score. They weren't content to just run the clock. And 7 plays, 2 minutes, 7 seconds, 75 yards, 37-yard touchdown pass, and boom, 43-7.
Another quick score right there for the Cougars, and this one we fielded at the 15 across the 20, the 25, the 30, breaks the tackler, spins the move across the 35, and just shy of the 40-yard line is number 49, Sweeney. Nice return right there from Kingwood Park. There's still some fight, despite the fact being down this much. They're definitely not quitting, which you got to admire the resiliency of Coach Maple's team.
Oh, absolutely. You know, these guys just never seem to give up. They, you know, it's almost predictable what they're going to do, but they come out and they give every play. They play every snap.
That's something you definitely have to admire out of a team. So first down and 10. Here's the snap. This one going to go to the right side to Hurd. Hurd across the 35 and down at the 38-yard line. Nice pickup right there from Hurd. Alec Lewis on the stop for the Cougars. Here's the snap. Another give up the middle to Hurd. Hurd across the 35 and brought down at the 47-yard line. It's going to be awful close to first down yardage, and that is going to move the chains. First down, Kingwood Park Panthers. But
well, they needed that. They need to keep this drive going now, but they needed that initial first down.
Clock under a minute now here at Crosby High School in the third quarter. Panthers had the ball, first and 10. Ball at the 48-yard line. And here's a snap. Fake to Hurd. Quick pass to Mills, and it's intercepted off the hands of Zach Mills. Another pick by number 2, Pickney, his second of the night, his second in this quarter. And unfortunately, Lou, Mills' second key drop of this quarter in this ball game.
Yeah, just when it looked like they were getting another drive together, and mistake hurts them. You know, the same thing happened last week against Humble. They turned the ball over twice in the second half, and Humble turned it both into points, and that turned out to be the margin of victory. Or not, yeah, when they played Humble, not last week, 2 weeks ago.
Right. So 36 seconds remaining. Crosby on the ball, first and 10, 45. Here's the snap. Give up the middle to McGee. McGee across the right side, across the 45, and down at the 49-yard line. Gain of 4 on that one. Clock continues to wind down. Under 20 seconds here in the third quarter. Shotgun formation. Here's the snap. New quarterback actually in for the Cougars. And this one's intercepted by the Panthers across the 50, the 45. And Parker Image. One pass, one interception. Number 20, Evan Perlow on the interception. And Lou, there we go again. You know, there is no quit out of this Kingwood Park offense and defense, this whole Kingwood Park team.
And we got another player down too, looks like.
Oh, we're going to take another quick break here on TexanLive.com. You're listening to Forrest Cox and Lou Rush.
At Panera, we decided a long time ago to avoid the easy road and switch to antibiotic-free chicken. That decision set a lot of things in motion. So now it's not just chickens raised this way. It's more ingredients you can trust. Which has taught us a lesson. Sometimes, what you think is the harder road turns out to be the only one worth being on. Panera Bread. Live consciously. Eat deliciously.
And welcome back out to Crosby High School. It's been all Cougars this evening. They lead at 43-7, just ready to start the fourth quarter. However, the Panthers do have the ball. 1st and 10 in their own, in the Cougar territory at the 45-yard line after the interception by Perlow. And here's the snap. Quick throw by Purcell to the left side across the 45, across the 40, down at the 37-yard line is Sweeney. And a nice pickup, again, a yardage. They're trying to move that ball by throwing it, trying to do something different to throw the ball to Hurd. See if they can't keep it going. So 2nd down for the Panthers. Ball at the 37-yard line. Here's the snap. Quick fake on the left side, and Mills comes up with a 1st down reception for Kingwood Park down to the 26-yard line. And once again, another nice pickup.
Yeah, Austin Palmer hit Mills hit him hard as soon as he caught that ball too. Surprised he held on to it.
We've talked about this, Lou. You see that defense flying around. And here's the snap. Another quick pass to the left side to Mills, and Mills looks like he'll move the chains again. Or be a yard short. Either way, it'd be a close spot. But yeah, this Cougar defense likes to fly around. They like to swarm to the ball. So it's actually going to be 2nd down and 1. And we're going to stoppage of play here before the snap goes off. One of the refs, line judges coming in. And yes, they actually are going to rule it a 1st down. I knew the spot was close, but you couldn't tell how close. So it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Panthers inside the red zone. Ball at the 22-yard line. So here's the snap. Give up the middle to Hurd. Hurd across the 20 and down at the 18. Kind of the first time we've seen Hurd here in this last couple plays.
Yeah, you're right. They've started to mix it up some, and some of the quick passes, mainly looking for Sweeney and Mills. And that really takes the pressure off the offensive line to just keep opening holes up the middle against that Crosby line.
And another snap down here, fake to Hurd. Intended for Mills, and it's in and out of the hands. Looked like that would have been 6 right there, unfortunately.
Yeah, and they beat the blitz. So just a missed opportunity there.
We've seen a couple of those on the Kingwood Park side, but a nice job once again by Purcell getting rid of the ball quickly. It's going to be 3rd down here for the Panthers. 1 man in motion, and it's going to be given, and it's actually going to be fumbled and recovered by the Cougars. The give was attempted to number 7, Paul George. And Lou, once again, just when you think Kingwood Park has something going, another turnover, another mistake. It's been the story all night long.
Yep, and that was Crosby linebacker Lance Cole that covered that one up. It was an end around again, handed it to George, and don't really know where he lost the handle at, but it was obvious he lost it. So Crosby takes over where at their 12-yard line. 15-yard line.
Trying to see the official spot. Folks, we're down in the stands tonight here at Crosby High School. Different perspective for Lou and I here. So 1st and 10, ball is at the 15. Here's a give across the right side and met for no gain. Give was to number 20, Rodas. It's like another new quarterback in. Number 14, the sophomore, 6'1", 177, Hunter Hauser now in at quarterback for the Cougars. So here's the snap. Rodas going to keep this one himself, and he'll pick up a yard. Hauser, excuse me. So Lou, I know it's a little early to start these talks, but obviously our player of the game is going to go to either one of three people, Cotton, Netherly, or Hill. It's going to be a tough choice here later on once this ball game ends to make that selection.
Yeah, I think at the moment it probably goes to Netherly. You know, 3 touchdown passes, and each one of them was a little bit different.
So a quick throw out to the left side. It's going to be fumbled and recovered by the Panthers, but we'll have to check the flag, thrown first. But you're exactly right. I mean, he's been the dynamic player on this offense.
Well, the defense got the turnover that you wanted.
And that's what you needed. It's deep inside now, Kingwood Park territory. And it's kind of not really.
Number 66, CJ Awe covered up that fumble. Defensive lineman for Kingwood Park.
So Panthers have it 1st and 10 from the Cougar 15-yard line. And it may not necessarily be any more about winning this game, but try to put some points on the board, show something different. And here's the snap. Hurd going to go to the right side, and Hurd down at the 11-yard line. 9:14 remaining here in this ball game. Cougars lead at 43-7 over the Panthers. He's second down for Kingwood Park. You need some sort of score here, maybe to lighten things up a little bit. Unfortunately, you made some key mistakes tonight, but they're definitely fixable. And here's the snap. Quick throw to the left side to Sweeney. Sweeney across the 10, the 5, and touchdown Panthers. Nice catch and run right there by Garrett Sweeney. And it's now 43-13, 43-14, pending an extra point. Snap down, kick up, and good. And with 8:45 remaining here in the ballgame, score Crosby Cougars 43, Kingwood Park Panthers 14. You're listening to Forrest Cox and Lou Rush here on TexanLive.com.
Allspa's is so much more than Ace Hardware. Sure, we have nuts and bolts, lawn and garden, faucets and fixtures, lights and locks, even outdoor cooking. But Allspa's is also a boutique, featuring the finest names in jewelry and home accessories. But most importantly, Allspa's is a friendly, helpful family of people who take pride in their products and services. Allspa's is Ace Hardware, and so much more.
And welcome back out here to Crosby High School. They lead at 43-14 here over the Kingwood Park Panthers. We appreciate to everybody listening to us at home. 8:45 remaining in the ball game. Forrest Cox and Lou Rush here. Looks like the Cougars are expecting an onside kick of some sort from the Panthers, pulling everybody close to the middle of the field in the line of scrimmage. As Kingwood Park kind of does that quick, everybody run to the line and then jump back off kickoff formation, something a little different.
Yeah, you know, Kingwood Park did exactly what you expect a good team to do, and that's put points on the board as soon as they get that turnover, and they did it quick. Now they need another stop.
So kickoff will be fielded at the 22, across the 25. He has a seam, across the 30, the 40, and brought down finally is number 10, Jorge Lozano. Almost broke that one away and took it to the house.
I thought it was about to happen. And that's something else Crosby's pretty good at. They've got a kick return for a touchdown this year as well.
So it'll be first down and 10. Ball officially spotted at the 39-yard line of Crosby.
It'll be interesting to see if Crosby tries to run the clock a little bit here or go for more.
You have seen the Cougars take all their starters. It looks like at least the majority of their starters out. Maybe one or two left in there on the O-line.
They got trips to the right, so maybe they're not going to run the clock.
So here's the snap. Going to give you a keeper up the middle. Across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line is Hauser, the sophomore quarterback. Flags down at the line of scrimmage.
You know, we talked about it earlier with Crosby coming in with 56 penalties on the season already and another 7 tonight, and yet they still put 43 points on the board.
And you've also put most of those 43 points up without your star running back in Craig Williams. You know, this is a deadly team and a force to be reckoned with this year. You cut the penalties out. Who knows what could happen? Here's a quick pass across the left side. And it's fumbled. Ball goes out of bounds, though. Flags down right around the area of the fumble. Lozano on the reception, but, you know, you're exactly right, Lou. You still put 43 points on the scoreboard despite all the penalties. What happens if you play a mistake-free game? I don't even want to think about that.
Maybe over by the first quarter.
You're exactly right. Now, Luke, not sure if you have this information on hand. Do you know the remaining schedule for the Cougars this year?
I don't have that right off the top of my head.
And try to look that up real quick.
I know they've got C.E. King on the final week of the season, and that's the game everybody's pointing to as probably the one that will decide the district title.
And you're exactly right. C.E. King's been the force to be reckoned with every team this year. Here's a snap down, and almost a sack in the backfield. Quarterback able to break a couple moves and trying a quick throw. Hauser tried a quick pass to Palmer. Ball's incomplete. And that'll bring up second down.
That was some nifty moves because there were a couple times I thought Hauser was going down, and somehow he got out of there.
3 different times it looked like he was going down. So here's the snap. Hauser looking downfield. He's going to try to get this one. A flag thrown in from the back judge here. We'll check the flag before anything happens.
You know, you talked about how young this team is with 25 players probably coming back from this year's squad. And, you know, when you're up like the Cougars have been this season, and again tonight they're up 43-14, that gives Coach Reardon a chance to play those young guys and get them some game time experience.
And he has a bunch of them in there now. You see quite a few sophomores out there waiting on the official call from the refs, but you know, Luke, they get the bye next week, and then they have Dayton, which we know Dayton's offense is going to be tough to stop, and their defense has been solid. And then, you know, the week after that, you get New Caney. New Caney's also been a tough team this year. Then Porter. Porter can go either way. You never know there. And then, of course, like you said, the final week, it's the showdown, probably for the district title, but they get the game at home at least against the C.E. King Panthers. Here's the snap down. Hauser going to try another quick pass to the left side. This one falls incomplete, intended for Palmer. But it seems like you've got a tough 4 teams left ahead of you.
And that Dayton game won't be easy. The New Caney game wouldn't expect to be easy, and New Caney puts up a lot of points as well. So we could see a couple of shootouts with Dayton and Crosby and Dayton and New Caney before we even get to see E. King.
Don't forget, guys, you can listen to us tomorrow night. Lou will actually be on the call for that Dayton New Caney game, or excuse me, for that New Caney Galena Park game tomorrow night. Humble game. And here's the snap down. The punt is away. It'll be away for a fair catch at the 50-yard line. I remember you said it was either Dayton that played Galena Park or it was Humble. And I remember we talked about that last week. I had a 50-50 shot of getting it that time. But 7:43 remaining in the ball game. Panthers will take over 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 50-yard line. Thank you again for listening to us at home here on Texan Live.
Best field position of the night for Kingwood Park.
We'll see if they can't take advantage of it. They're keeping all offensive starters out there except Hurd's not in there at running back anymore. New running back in the game. No number on this one, number 22. Here's a snap down. Incomplete, intended for Mills. Number 22, the running back in the game now for the Panthers. 2nd and 10, 7:41 left in the ball game. Here's the snap. Purcell gonna look downfield, has time to throw. Steps up in the pocket, now drifts back a little bit. He's gonna take off and run as he had a nice seam opening. And across the 40-yard line, first down Panthers. Wow, great job of using his feet to make that play.
Oh, absolutely. He had nobody to throw to. He had the pocket collapsing, and he found that opening and got the first down.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 40-yard line for Kingwood Park.
Hey, you know, Purcell was a running back last year for Kingwood Park, so you know he's got some wheels. And he showed us some of his moves tonight.
And here's the snap. This one going to be faked. Thrown out to the left side. Across the 35, the 30, and down, forced out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Goes Cole George. And another first down, Kingwood Park. Clock continues to wind down now. Inside 7 minutes here at Crosby High School, Cougar Stadium. So here's the snap. Purcell once again looking down the field. Going to get a quick check route, and he's met right away at the line of scrimmage. No gain, or maybe gain of a yard on that one. Preston Miller on the reception for Kingwood Park. Miller picks up a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. And here's the snap. Purcell looking downfield. Has pressure up the middle. He may take off again on his feet. No, quick throw. Man open in the end zone. Touchdown, Kingwood Park. Garrett Sweeney on the reception. And Lou, here we go again. They're not giving up without a fight.
Well, you know, we talked about this Kingwood Park Panthers team that just, there's no quit in them no matter what the score is. And we're seeing that right here. This is a team that's 1-3 and could be down on itself, and instead they look like they're more like they're 3-1 the way they play.
They've got talent, they've got athleticism. They just got to put it all together sometimes. And, you know, it seems sometimes all the cogs don't mesh, or the ball just doesn't fall their way, unfortunately. It's my 2nd time getting to watch them play this year. I like what I'm seeing, but you got to believe they're missing Matt Reyna tonight. Here's the snap down. The kick is up and good. And with 6:23 remaining here in the ball game, your score is Crosby Cougars 43, Kingwood Park Panthers 21. You're listening to Forrest Cox and Lou Rush here on TexanLive.com.
Allspa's is so much more than Ace Hardware. Sure, we have nuts and bolts, lawn and garden, faucets and fixtures, lights and locks, even outdoor cooking. But Allspa's is also a boutique, featuring the finest names in jewelry and home accessories. But most importantly, Allspa's is a friendly, helpful family of people who take pride in their products and services. Allspa's is Ace Hardware, and so much more.
And welcome back out to Crosby High School. Cougars lead at 43-21 here over the Panthers. 6:23 left in the ball game. And just like we were talking to break, Lou, just a little too little, too late.
Yeah, the clock is not their friend anymore. And if Crosby puts together any type of drive, there's no hope.
Look for them to run the ball a little bit on this one, no doubt about that. Getting ready for that kickoff. You see stacking the line, and they almost tried that onside kick right there, but pulled back. So they'll get set to kick it deep. Flaherty in to do the kicking for the Panthers. And the kick is away. This one's a deep one downfield. And fielded at the 5-yard line. Across the 10, the 15. And he's got wide open room to run across the 20. And almost on. He had one man to beat. I know it was so late downfield, but on the 25-yard line, Netherly on the return. But Lou, you saw that as good as I do. He had one man to beat across the 25, and there was nobody across that other side of the field.
No, and I think he thought he had that guy beat too. And somehow shoestring tackle.
So 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Ball spotted at the 28-yard line. And here's the snap to give to the right side. Rodas on the carry. Looks like a gain of about 7. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Clock continues to wind down. Under 6 minutes now here at Crosby High School. And Lou, this is exactly what we talked about. Lots of running and lots of managing that clock if you're Crosby.
Yeah, and I think that's what we're going to see right now. I'd be surprised if we see a lot of the passing that we have.
So 2nd down. 5 wide set. Here's the snap. Give to Rodas. Actually, check that. He's going to keep it. And across the 45-yard line goes the sophomore quarterback, Hauser. Looked like he was going to give that one to Rodas, but pulled it at the last second. And good for a Cougar 1st down. Clock will continue to wind. The 47-yard line is where the spot is. Be 1st and 10 Cougars. They'll snap this one with under 5 minutes here in the ball game. Here's the snap, another give up the middle to Rodas. Rodas right across the 45-yard line and met at the 47 for a loss of a yard. But just what we thought they'd do exactly. You know, just keep managing that clock, keep shaving as much time as you can. So here's the snap. Gonna look downfield and intended for number 25, Palmer's incomplete.
And that's the one thing, every time they throw the ball, if it is incomplete, it stops the clock, which works in Kingwood Park's favor, you know, as far as trying to save some time.
So 3rd down and 10, ball at the 47-yard line. 43-21 your score. 4:29 remaining here in the ball game. And here's the snap. Looking downfield. And intended for Lozano's incomplete. That'll be 4th down. Lozano was hit hard across the 50-yard line when he tried to make that reception.
Yeah, the ball, the defender, and the receiver all met simultaneously on that one.
That always makes for something deadly, unfortunately. You know, just never know what's going to happen on a play like that. So to bring up 4th down, force Crosby into a punting situation.
Well, Austin Harris was trailing that play. Had he been a little bit closer, you know, that ball was tipped. He may have had an interception. So here comes the punt from the Cougar offense.
Here's the snap. And the kick is away. And it takes a nice Crosby bounce, and it'll be down inside the 10-yard line, officially at the 7. And Lou, if I'm right, is that the first time we've seen Crosby punt tonight at all?
It may have been the second, but it's been few.
Few and far between. 4-11 deep in their own territory. Go the Kingwood Park Panthers.
Well, that was a really nice punt. I was trying to look up and see who that was. I thought it was Jordan. I thought it was number 15, which is Jordan Hill, but not quite sure. But whoever it was got a heck of a bounce and an even better roll.
The booming kick, as we like to call it. 4:11 left. Here's the snap. Purcell going to look downfield. Going to have to scramble out to the right. Pressure on the field and able to dump this one off to Sweeney. Sweeney across the 15, the 20, and first down for the Panthers. Check that. C.J. Benson. Finally a reception here in the fourth quarter for Benson. First and 10, ball at the 25-yard line. Panthers will have to hurry. Under 4 minutes now here in the ball game. And here's the snap. Purcell going to look to the left side, now to the right. Has pressure up the middle. He's going to sling this one downfield and way too high. Intended once again for Benson.
Yeah, and as nice as that previous throw was to Benson, this one was just quite the opposite. Way overthrew him. You know, the one before that, he bought some time, found the receiver outside, got the ball to him, picked up 17. So now we go to 2nd and 10, and we'll see what happens.
Here's the snap. Purcell going to look downfield. And this one once again complete to Benson, and Benson's got the first down and a couple extra yards. First and 10 now. Ball at the 38-yard line for the Panthers.
C.J. Benson, tackled by a host of Cougars. Led by number 14,
Hunter Hauser on the stop.
So Hauser's going both ways.
I kind of saw that earlier. I saw him stay out there, but it didn't register after the interception. Here's the snap. Once again, Purcell looking downfield. They're going to have to throw. Rolls out to the right now and able to escape a blocker. And here's a heave downfield. Incomplete. Looks like it was thrown in the area of Zach Mills.
Number 14, Zach Purcell, pass incomplete.
He's second down and 10 now. Exactly 3 minutes left to go in the ball game.
So Benson and Sweeney and Cole George come to our side. And Zach Mills goes to the far side.
Second down. Like you said, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 running back to the right. Here's the snap down. Purcell once again to look. He has Sweeney downfield, falls incomplete. The third down.
Sweeney's incomplete.
And the one thing, Lou, I will say, I got to hand it to the Kingwood Park Panther fan base, too. A lot of them sticking with their home or with their crowd here tonight. Good amount staying around for the ball game.
Yeah, and they packed the stadium pretty well.
They really did, too.
Because, you know, it's kind of like, just like in college. You look at teams like Notre Dame and Alabama and LSU, and their fans follow them everywhere. The Kingwood Parks does the same thing.
That's always great to see. Here's the snap down. Purcell once again looking. He has pressure on the left side. He'll have to tuck this one, and he'll try to dump this one off real quick. Intended for Hurd. It'll be 4th down with 2:46 remaining here in the ball game.
That would have been a heck of a play, considering the fact that when Purcell came to this side, he had the ball in his left arm and had to pull it, turn his body, put it back in his right hand, and throw the ball, all with players bearing down on him.
Purcell really does a good job of staying calm in the pocket. We've seen that a couple times tonight. But here's the snap. Blitz off the edge, and Purcell met an unblocked cornerback off the edge. Gerardo Marquin, the outside linebacker, making the sack, and nobody even touched him. So a turnover on downs. Crosby will start deep in Kingwood territory, 1st and 10, ball at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, I don't think Zach Purcell even saw him.
Well, he came so quickly, I don't even know how anybody could have seen him. So once again, here comes that Crosby Cougar offense. This time led by number 13, Parker Emmerich, senior quarterback. Emmerich going to keep this one across the 30 and brought down to the 28-yard line. And a 3. Be second down as that clock continues to wind down.
Tackle by number 3, Eli Aiken.
Aiken on the stop for the Panthers. Second down and 4, second down and 6, and here's the snap. Give wide away. Nice razzle-dazzle run right there. It's some great footwork by Rodas. No gain on that one, but it looked like Rodas was going to be stopped in the backfield. But a great job of using those feet, stepping to the left and stepping to the right to avoid some blockers.
Yeah, we talked about earlier about Williams' nickname being the Squirrel. He looked like an exact clone right there on that play.
You're exactly right. And they're going to let this clock run down as much as they can. Play clock inside 15 seconds. 1 minute 20 left in the ball game. And here's the snap. Quick throw to the left side, and it's incomplete. Intended for number 4, Gray Brooks. It'll be 4th down. I'm kind of surprised at the call to throw the ball right there. You know, this game is out of reach. It's over, unfortunately. But you think you just kind of run the ball and get it over with right there.
Yeah, I think some thought there is just to give these guys some experience and just run some different plays and see what they can do.
So 4th down for the Cougars. Here's the snap. Going to look downfield. He has a man. And on the bubble screen across the 30 and brought down at the 28 is Gray Brooks, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Panthers will get the ball back with a minute left to go in the game. But either way, Lou, you know, if you're the Cougars, you're deadly on offense and you're deadly on defense. You've just got to eliminate the penalties. You saw that as good as I do. 8 penalties tonight. And you still put up 43 points against a solid K Park team. If you cut those out, you can be a force to be reckoned with in these next 4 games.
Yeah, they're not, you know, if this happens against Dayton or C.E. King or even New Caney, it's going to be tough to beat those teams because they have offenses and players that can match up well with Crosby.
You're exactly right. They've got a lot of speed, just like Crosby Cougar offense and defense does. Miller on the carry, he gains 8 on that one. But it'll be interesting to see how these next 4 weeks play out in 25A.
Well, that's what makes it so much fun, these games. You know, you have each week now you're going to have teams that can beat up on each other.
And pass complete to Sweeney. It'll be good for a Panther first down with 27 seconds remaining to go in the ball game. But of course, I guess everyone's looking forward to that Crosby C. King game at the end of the year. That'll be a doozy of a game to watch. 16 seconds remain. Ball's down. It's going to be fumbled, unfortunately. Bad exchange, and it'll be recovered by the Cougars, where, Lou, you just probably expect them now to take a knee and into this ball game. So.
You would think so.
All right, Lou.
But, you can't. You just said a minute ago about the C.E. King game, but they cannot afford to overlook Dayton.
Oh, you're
Not at
exactly
all.
right. Dayton or New Caney both. Porter's kind of a game that can go either way. Porter's had their struggles on offense, but it'll be interesting to see what the Cougars do the next couple of weeks. But I'm going to ask you real quick, Lou, bottom line, who is your player of the game tonight?
I'm going to go with Manny Netherly. 3 touchdowns. I'm not sure how many receptions or what his exact yardage was, but between him and Jordan Hill, you can't go wrong.
Exactly. It could have gone either way. It could have gone to Jordan Hill. It could have gone to Tristan Cotton. And it could have gone to Netherly. But I'm going to agree with you. I'm also going to go to Netherly. And that's your ball game, folks. Final score as you hear the train horn go off here for victory of the Cougars. They win it 43-21. And Lou, any